and planetary health. And the hashtag we're using today is Youth Day on Why. So transforming food systems, youth innovation for human and planetary health, with the aim of highlighting that the success of such a global effort will not be achieved without the meaningful participation of young people. It has been acknowledged that there is a need for inclusive support mechanisms that ensure youth continue to amplify efforts collectively and individually to restore the planet and protect life, while integrating biodiversity in the transformation of food systems. YFM, as the #1 urban and youth-oriented station and the thought leader in the industry, is using its platform to promote the involvement of the youth in agriculture. And that's why today on the show, on the mid-morning radio show, we have Mr. David Opoku Abebio, who happens to be a conservation agriculture expert right here. So we're going to talk to him right now and find out more about conservation agriculture. Hello, David.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. You look real calm today. Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, it's because of the weather.
A bit tensed, but
You're a bit tense. Why are you tense? Do you need me to give you one or two things before the show starts so you can
I'm okay.
ease your tension? I'm talking about water though. Just water,
I'm good.
You're good. You're okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to find out what conservation agriculture is and like what you guys do.
All right. So I like to first say I like to identify as a farmer more than a conservation agriculture expert.
Okay.
Because the farmers know what they are doing because they practice it hands-on. Just the difference is that maybe they may not be able to put a scientific basis behind what they do.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm a farmer first before a conservation agriculture expert.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, go ahead.
Conservation agriculture basically is simulating forest land conditions. Just picture the forest.
Yeah.
Nobody tills the forest, but the forest is rich with diverse trees and species.
Yeah.
Nobody tills the forest, but the forest is always green and it's always blossoming.
So basically, not disturbing the soil.
Exactly.
Because every now and then. People dig, they till,
plow.
They plow. They use the what do you call it? The ripper.
Right.
Listen.
Oh,
there be. Museum. I'm learning from you.
So
we're all learning from you. Yeah.
So it's mainly simulating the forest land conditions on arable land using 4 basic principles.
Okay.
So the first principle we apply is maintaining permanent soil cover on the farm.
Right.
So unlike the conventional system, they slash and they burn all the mulch.
But
we advise to slash and then leave the mulch on the farm.
Why do they usually burn it? Because I feel like there are these little animals, termites and all of those things that help with crops.
Exactly. So I think it gets to do with knowledge.
Right.
They don't know the benefit of these things. So it's mainly recycling the things around us.
Right.
Normal mulch, plant debris, plant on the field to get the maximum benefit of it. Yeah.
And what's the second one?
The second one is crop rotation.
Okay.
You should ensure that there's plants on the farm throughout the whole year. So basically, a cash crop should be followed with a cover crop. The cash crop mostly has scavengers.
What are cash crops?
So like maize, pineapple, cassava.
Okay.
These crops feed on the soil. Whatever nutrients in the soil, they feed on them.
Right.
So after that, we advise to plant a cover crop. Something like a legume. To fix back nitrogen into the soil.
Right. And then the third one?
The third one is multiple species.
Right.
Like biodiversity. So I think the benefit of this is we don't advise farmers to monocrop.
Okay.
Like you should learn to use the land efficiently.
Okay, so like monocropping is like just using the
One
land
crop.
for one crop.
Exactly.
So if it's maize, it's just
It's
maize
maize.
throughout.
So if there is a pest infestation, you lose everything.
Right.
But then when you have diverse crops, you benefit from each. So the pests that may affect maize may not affect cowpea,
Right.
may not affect soya bean.
Right.
So we advise the farmer to maximize whatever small piece of land
They have.
Yeah.
What if the storage for these crops are different and the farmer doesn't have access, or there's no availability to be able to maintain these crops? Because you know how some crops are hard to sell.
Right.
So if he changes the crops and then he's not able to maintain it, to store it,
Yeah.
it might go bad. He will lose money. So
That's true. So
Yeah.
I believe as a farmer, before you even go into farming, you have to do your research first.
Right.
Wherever your land is situated, you know what crops sell there, or what crops the soil supports.
Right.
Okay, so there are diverse crops the soil may support. So you don't just look for one. You have to do your research first for even invest
before,
in the
right?
farm.
Okay. Now, I want to find out why young people are running away from pursuing a career in agriculture.
Right. I did agric in school.
In school, okay.
University.
Yeah.
I have colleagues who are working in the oil firm, but they did agric.
Right.
Colleagues working in the bank, but they did agric. I think first and foremost is the passion.
Right.
Many of us went to school because we wanted a certificate.
Yes.
Because we had passion for agriculture.
For agric,
Personally,
right.
I didn't have passion for agriculture.
Oh, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
I see.
Yeah, but along the line, I had to build a passion for agric.
Is it the money? Because I hear there's money in
There's
agriculture.
money in agric, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
Yes, it's high risk, high reward.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Because personally, I know I have a friend. Her name is Tina Quason.
Okay.
She did IT.
Right.
And all of a sudden, she's a farmer. She's doing all these cash crops, and I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
what's happening? And I know she likes money, so
Right.
is it because there's a lot of money in it? Then, if there's money in it, high risk, high reward. It's just like betting, right?
Definitely.
You can win big or lose big.
Big, yes.
So, what would you advise the youth to do
So as
in
you're
these
saying,
situations?
like,
Yeah,
Tina is in the IT field.
yeah,
But she's doing agriculture. I believe she can use her expertise in IT
right,
into agriculture. So now there's a new wave of system of farming. The
Yeah.
agtech. People are employing the use of drones to do spraying
Right.
to detect plant stress, pest infestation. So I will encourage the youth to whatever field you are in. So far, you have the interest in agriculture. You can use your expertise in the area of agriculture.
Right.
So I would advise the youth to build a passion first.
Yeah.
Learn more about the farming.
But what can we do to pique their interest in agric? Because me, for instance, honestly, I don't like waking up early in the morning. And with agriculture, with farming, you have to be up early, do all these things. So what can you say to pique my interest in agriculture?
So I believe not everybody is supposed to be on the field. There
Right.
are other systems of farming, like the urban farming. We have greenhousing.
Okay.
We have hydroponics, which can start even in your backyard. That can whip out your interest first, maybe before you can launch out big into the field.
Right.
So some of these technologies, some of these easy to do farming
Yeah.
practices to whip out people's interest.
So what does one need to start farming? I mean, apart from land,
You need money.
you need money.
Yes.
But if you don't have that's the thing. The youth, there's no money in the system. So how do we get the money to start the whole farming?
So just 2 weeks ago,
An encouraging loan.
just 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
I met a guy who was selling lands in the Brie.
Okay.
And I was thinking, what if the youth come together, like maybe 4-5 friends,
Yeah.
come together, acquire a large piece of land, and they invest. Maybe you alone cannot do it.
Right.
But let's say I have 1,000 cities. I have a colleague who has 2,000 cities. We can come
Right.
together and do something. So we want to encourage more collaboration
Okay.
than individual.
And is it just crop farming, or you have animal farming as well?
I'm an expert in crop farming,
You are an expert in.
Yeah.
Okay.
but there's money in the animal as well, animal farming too. So just recently, there's been a pandemic in the poultry sector.
Oh, is it the flu, the influenza flu?
Aside the flu, high cost of raw materials for their feed.
Oh, okay.
So imagine as a farmer, I have my poultry farm, and I also think smart and acquire a large piece of land and grow my maize and my soya bean. While other poultry farmers are struggling to get inputs for their feed, I have maize and soya bean I can use to feed my animals as well.
Right.
You know.
So that's like a double-edged sword.
Exactly.
Okay. And what are some of the risks that you said it was a high risk? What are some of the risks that people encounter?
So high risk, especially for the vegetables. You know, they are the short-term plants. So mostly, even though it's risky, we advise farmers to also diversify their investments.
Yeah.
So you can think long-term crops. You invest in tree crops like oil palm, coconut, rubber.
Yeah.
These take a long time to grow. But then someone will ask, so what would a farmer be doing in this waiting period? Normally, what they do is, what we advise them to do is, because the tree crops are widely spaced, let's say 3 meter by 3 meter, you have a large piece of, like you still have space to use even before the canopy forms.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can acquire 5-acre land and plant your coconuts. Since you still have space to the canopy form, you can use that space to like reap your benefits before the canopy forms. And once the canopy forms and the coconut has matured, you start.
Wow. This sounds really interesting. Yeah. And apart from all these plantings, I realized that some of these farmers also don't have access to, sell their products, so where do you come in this situation?
All right, so after working about 3 years with farmers, I realized they lose most of their produce to post-harvest losses. One, because they don't have storage facilities and they don't have ready markets. And because they don't have these storage facilities, these market queens from Abuguloshi come and they take the price to them.
Yeah.
If they don't sell, they'll go waste.
Right.
Yeah, so I decided to set up a company called Verdant Foods. So Verdant Foods, the main aim is to link farmer produce straight from the farm to your table.
Okay.
So we deliver straight from the farmer to your table. Fresh.
Fresh from the backyard. Right. Okay, so anything else you want to add to our farming conversation?
So, I mean, thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah.
I would just like to encourage more youth to get involved in agriculture. Even though it's a dirty job, but then the money is in the soil.
The money is in the soil, right?
Yeah, in the soil.
So what about people who want to go into mango farming? That takes, quite a number of time. So within that fallow period and all of that, what do you do?
So as I was saying, so mango, for instance, also is widely spaced.
Okay.
You can use the in-between space to even grow vegetables.
Right.
Plus you have a water source to grow vegetables. Still, when the canopy forms, because of the shade, you cannot use the land anymore. But once the canopy forms and it's matured, now you start harvesting the mango and you're getting your money.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I think I need to start using my land for one or two things. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for land to buy, to link up. All right, David. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for passing through YFM. Listen, I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk to the people out there. I know you have friends and family listening to you right now. So if you want to say hi to them, any message that you have for them.
So I wouldn't want to leave any name out, but
hey,
hello to Lila Dovwanyaku and to all my family, my brothers, and all my friends.
To all your friends. Yeah. Okay. All right, people. So we've been talking to Mr. David Opoku Abebio.